So let's say, for example, in the future, right? Let's say you have a scene where my goat, Enna, what if Enna comes back in, like, say, the final war, final part of the story, and then you can do a scene with him because he's part of the final war somehow, some way. So, like, how would you see taking a character that's like an old school character that has not gotten like animation that's been like really happy animation, and how would you like elevate that character, but also like, keeping true to the character and what they were before? Like, how do you see yourself doing something like that?
Very interesting question. I haven't thought about. I mean, I would do my best. That's how I would go about it. I mean, obviously, like a lot of research. Like at this point, I have read Skypiea so many times, but I would just reread it again. Really look at what constitutes a character. How does he react to stuff? Trying to, I've been taught animation in order to get into Disney, or at least that's what, Goblin tried to my animation school tried to get us to. So I really learned animation, the character approach. So I'm just trying to really understand who is the character. Welcome back, King Rickon.
He's back.
Trying to understand how he feels, what he thinks, what he would do, and then once I have sufficient research and once I can get into the character. I mean, it's ultimately a bit like acting. You try to understand the character you have to impersonate. And,
like a method acting where like you want to be like that character. What would you want to do? Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense, honestly. So now I want to get to like. You gave me some theories that are a little bit rancid theories. Is that one come back to you? That one rancid one that you have that you forgot?
It did actually. It did when you talked about Kaido. My dream is that Kaido comes back for the final war, but on the side of Luffy. Like maybe like Luffy.
Let's get it.
Goes fighting like the big bad boss, and Kaido and maybe Big Mom, like I don't know, throw her in. They come back and like I don't know, some random, and maybe Zoro says it kaiju.
Oh, that's crazy.
I don't know.
Listen. I'm right there with you. I would love for Luffy like on some Shenron stuff where he's like riding on top of Kaido, and they're just going up to like the Gorosei or something. I'm like, oh, let's go. Give me that.
Crazy.
Give me it.
Riding Kaido. So it's like a Rocks pirate, but like a new generation Rocks pirate, but you have him on Kaido.
Right.
And they're still there, not fighting on Luffy's team. But then imagine how powerful like the forces of the elders have to be. Like imagine how crazy that's gotta be to happen. Where it's like they have to have weapons, obviously, or whatever destroyed Lucia Kingdom. They have to have like Seraphim are all like, overpowered at this point in time. Do you see the Seraphim actually being stronger than their counterparts? So do you see like S Snake being stronger than Boa Hancock, or S Hawk being stronger than Mihawk, or like do you see that happening or no?
I mean, I have no impute direct knowledge about that, so this is just pure theory on my part.
Pure theory.
I think the way they were engineered, they wouldn't be engineered and they wouldn't drop Seven Warlord if the people who engineered them didn't envision them replacing or being better than the previous one. So I think the goal is to make them as strong, but they have been shown to learn, if that makes sense. And I think that's the most important thing. I don't think they're there yet, but at least I think the goal of the people who made them was for them to be stronger at some point. But again, I think right now they're very akin to Born. They make mistake, they can get jumped on by Frankie just on the bubble. So I don't think they're definitely. I mean, at least that's. Again, I don't know. I don't have a chart saying where they're exactly at, but I see them right now being as strong as their counterpart.
Yeah, that's possible. Sure.
I mean, it could be a possibility.
Okay, so then there are a few scenes for Agate Island. Well, actually, no. Maybe there's like a few months of Agate Island left for animation. Do you think you can do more scenes for Agate Island in the future?
I mean,
and then what do you want to do?
I have my schedule, so I know exactly.
You know exactly what you're gonna do. Okay.
Yeah. So you probably will see me once more in Egghead. It probably won't be that big of a scene, especially compared to like the Elder scene. I think it will be more akin to a smaller scene I did, like maybe you could compare it to the Garp Galaxy Punch I did, like.
Oh.
Not my biggest scene. I will do my best, but you will see me maybe once more in Egghead.
On a similar line of thought, is there, because you were talking about scenes that sometimes not being able to do the scenes that you want to do, since you've been reading One Piece for a very long time, was there a scene that like you envisioned maybe as a kid, or that you look back on now that you wish you could have animated, like from either pre-time skip or before you got on board? Was there like a scene that you would have loved to have done?
Because if you can't do, let's say, if you can't do a scene that you want to do now, maybe let's say in the future, the One Piece, the remake, or wherever that's going to happen in the future, maybe you get a chance to be a part of that, and then maybe you can do that then, right?
If I speak, I'm in big trouble.
Oh, if I speak, I'm in big trouble. Okay.
But if I had to pick, it would definitely be the Luffy versus Lucci. I would die if we made a remake of either Enies Lobby or Water 7. If I could animate, just human form Lucci versus human form Luffy, or even hybrid form. I don't mind. I would die to do
that scene was incredible. Because I can notice now, because a lot of choreography, like you actually incorporate that a lot into your work, like the hand-to-hand fight scenes. Is that because of a lot of the because I'm wondering too, because like now I'm starting to understand, does that come from the work and your love for Naruto?
You're 100% right. Like like the fight in Naruto were just so good, like the Kimimaro fight, like a lot of fight in what I really like in the Naruto fight is that everyone has a win con, if that makes sense. Everyone has, we're fighting we're fighting this character who is so much stronger than me. How do I fight? Like I'm sure we all think of the Shik, but even the Neji fights, the Gara fights, it's always like you see the character think as fighters. And that's something that I fucking love.
How do you how do you go through like that thought process of really trying to dissect like a character in those ways? Because it feels like you do a lot. Maybe other animators do it too, but at least like you break it down in such a way where it's very detailed. It's almost like an essay where you really go about doing something like that. Like why and how?
The way I do. I remember very precisely when I learned to do, text dissertation, like text analysis, like how you break down the subject, how you address it. And it just kind of stayed with me as a way to analyze stuff generally. And it's also how I end up breaking my scenes in animation. I just go like, first we look at the theme. Second, we question it and so forth, and back. Do I even have example here of how I?
Oh, you do.
Basically, it's just me.
Oh, yeah, you keep these things and actually write them down and actually, so it's like a memory. Oh, okay. If Recon's getting Dami Riverside constantly, like Emu's just like flipping around. He's cooked. He's cooked right now. He's shattered. Yeah.
I mean, basically, you see, it's kind of. Will you be able to see it? It might be too dark, but it's basically like
too dark. But
I'm trying.
Yeah, it might be too dark, but it's just a lot of
Yeah, bro, you're cooked. You're cooked. You're shattered. Yeah, because it's like actually like a pretty like nice breakdown of like how he does like all the, because like it's a very unique approach to animation, because like, I never thought about like all these even conceived of doing animation in that way. It's like honing the craft of animation to a deeper level. Because I think there's a lot of people that are trying to figure out, like what they can do to get into animation and then how they should approach it. Like when I think about so one of the animators that I'm actually keeping an eye on nowadays is Sora Kawamitsu. I think Sora Kawamitsu. He's the as far as I understand, he's an animator that was studied under Naoto Shishida, and then he's learned how to do like his style. So I feel like in the future, like how would you see you doing that? Like how would you like approach a student, and like would you go through that same process of how you learn animation, or would you want to modify that some way?
So here's my thing. I've had a few young animators who have worked with me who sometimes were like, "Oh, I don't mind being the next Vincent Chansard." But here's the truth. I think.
Oh, that's a lot of weight. That's a lot.
I believe. I think being called so and so student, being called so and so's next, is kind of a curse as an artist. For me, I don't want anyone to be forced to live in my shadow, if that makes sense. I want people to be known for who they are, to be known for what they do, and to develop also stuff that they can 100% call their own, if that makes sense. So I'm very careful when I work with artists to get people who don't necessarily, even if they have things that they like in my work, but I try to get people who are still different from what I do as much as possible, because I don't want to burden someone with my name, as simple as it is.
Yeah. So what I was asking, like in regards to the artistic journey, was just like, do you have like an end goal that you have in mind? Like whenever you've retired and you're looking back on it, is there something that you would like your legacy to be remembered as, or something that you're working towards every single day that like that you're trying to attain as an animator, or just like for your own personal artistic journey?
That's a wonderful question, King Wickham. I actually was talking about this with colleagues yesterday, and I think what I mean, I'm not saying I'm the only one like this, but something I've noticed is that I don't necessarily have a grand goal. Like I'm very down to just enjoying every scene as they come, and being like, I will do better the next scene. I think I got very, I guess, inspired by the approach philosophy, which is you search for the truth your entire life, knowing that you probably will never find it. But even though you probably won't find it, you still search for it. And I'm very much, the same with my approach of animation. Like probably will never, at least that's what I was telling myself when I started, but I will probably never be good in it. I would say I'm good. I would say I'm alright. I've always been like, even if I end up random who suck, I just want to try it. I want to understand how it works. Why does this cut work? Why is this good? Why is this bad? I'm just very, very curious about animation, and I just want until where I can keep this surge of mine, until where I can go, and I go, and that's pretty much it. But I don't have a image of me wanting to attain a specific goal. Even if I die tomorrow and that's it, that's my legacy, I will fun. So if I could do a 4 minutes, if I could do a 4-minute scene like Norio Matsumoto, I would be
yeah, absolutely, yeah. So it just sounds like so you really just want, maybe not be like the best animator, but like you kind of want to be the best at whatever you do, and then you just want to like keep on perfecting that, and then do like scenes that people are gonna remember for like a very long time, like the rest of their lives, which is like really admirable. Because sometimes people have goals, but then they never get close to their goals, and they kind of like lose their way with like what they're actually good at, like their passions, But it sounds
or what their curiosity is,
right? Exactly.
Like what drives us, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Definitely. No, so that's pretty cool. So I guess now I really want to kind of get your take on like the One Piece story, because I really want to. Okay, I really want to know like this final saga so far, okay? Because you've read Naruto, you've been to the grind of it, and Naruto had a final saga that was hella controversial. I'll put it like that, obviously. Yes, hella controversial. But right now with the Chiro Oda and the final saga, it's like where we are right now, One Piece. Like, how would you gauge Oda's approach to the final saga of One Piece versus how Kishimoto approached the final saga of Naruto?
I am very aware of, mangaka who fumble the end of their story. It's something we have seen times and times again. And it's not necessarily, the fault of the author per se. I would say that actually, a lot of time, it's the publisher who end up messing, their mangaka's story. But I am aware that it's a possibility. I want to believe in Oda Sensei, and I believe in him. I do believe he can. If someone can do it right, it is him. Just like any fan, I am afraid of the possibility that he doesn't. But even if it doesn't,
right?
Let's say tomorrow, the One Piece ending comes out and it's not as good as it deserved to be, I will still be just because of all the feelings I've had with this series, just because of everything, how invested I was, it will still be, my favorite.
With that in mind, I'm very, very curious because of course I'm sure I have my story and Cole has his. But why is it that One Piece means so much to you? I mean, I know it's like a big question, but why is it that it's connected with you and potentially was one of your major inspirations and influences that has led you to this point?
What would be a key moment that really got you into the story? Like, okay, I'm here and I'm here for life. What? The
Chopper flashback.
Let's go, baby. Legendary.
So when I read the Chopper flashback, I was what? Again, I think I was around that age, 14, 13, maybe 13. I was very much a kid at that time, and I remember annoying my parents.
Yeah.
I have to read this. They were like,
that.
Come on, children, go move on. But yes, I would say why One Piece means so much to me is that I genuinely feel like I grew up as a human being reading One Piece, and the morals of One Piece and the story of it has influenced me so much as a person, so much of what I believe in as roots into Oda's writing. It wouldn't be, obviously I have constructed myself through my experience, through other people, through different media, but One Piece has very much deeply moved me and transformed me to an extent that no other series story has.
No other series, man. So no other mangas touching One Piece for you?
For me, for my subjective opinion, no.
Oof. Man, I mean, but because I understand that, and I think we all understand in some ways too, because it feels like when One Piece is over, that's such a gaping void. It's I don't even know how you feel that. Is it possible to feel that?
I've been thinking about that so much. I don't know what's gonna happen, dude.
Because if we're in God Valley now, that means it's gonna be happening. Maybe then, let's say we give Oda a max 10 years maximum. Okay. Outside of that, we have a lot of these newer shonen stories that are coming out, but they're not hitting the same notes as One Piece was so far. And then Shueisha has kind of relied on, I think, One Piece to be the backbone of their magazine for a very long time. So it's
for sure.
Are we prepared for the finale of One Piece? Yeah, are we prepared?
I mean, it's internal talks, so I shouldn't say much, but they are very much fearing the looming end of One Piece and what it means for the money side of it.
Where does the Jump even go? Because the other stories, they're not packing the same firepower as One Piece. They're not.
Yeah.
And
it's,
now
it's gonna be just like when Dragon Ball ended. They're gonna have to find the next.
I think probably worse. I think it's probably worse.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because like you have to, again, if we're speaking about the purely money aspect of things, if we're thinking about One Piece as a company, like One Piece is not just a manga, it's also goods, it's also movies, it's also so many things. When all of that money disappear, like
yeah, I mean, and that money's important. I mean, obviously, when it comes to the quality of the product, yeah, you need that money. That money is like, that's like the lifeblood of everything. And also, too, like with Shonen Jump, they have more competition now than ever before, because you have competition from Korea and now from China, because now they're coming in with their own stories and their economies, mainly China, massive economies when it comes to their stories. There's a good chance that a story that's going to come out of China or South Korea, because they're great stories, obviously, but if One Piece like the apex of all like your stories, I don't even know if it's possible to even hit that in the future, because when you were 13, it hit your soul. I mean, when I was young, One Piece in my soul too. Like I mean, just when I go back and I think about like Luffy watching all of his crew disappear in Shibondi, and then Luffy just crying, looking at Kuma not saying a single damn thing, and he gets sent packing. And these are moments that kind of last you for so long. There are folks that grew up when they were kids, and now they have kids, and they're still watching One Piece. Like, how do you beat that? How do you unless you're Superman or Batman, I don't know how you beat that. Like hello? Like, bro.
I mean,
it's like One Piece has become like our Star Wars, right? Where like my dad, like that was Star Wars for him, but that's like several different movies and a whole franchise. Like, this is a single series.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
See you. Bye bye.